Hello everyone, hope we're having a fantastic Sunday. Today we're going to start off with the usual golden saucer stuff and take care of a beast tribe quest, and then we're going to do the first of the Shadowbringers raid series, or at least I'm going to try and get through the first of the Shadowbringers raid series. It just depends on how long the queues are. I actually am not quite sure what I should do during the queues, because I suspect it's going to be like at least 5 minutes for, like 5 to 10 minutes per fight. I think there's 4 or 5 fights. We'll see. Anyway, let's pull up Kai's Twitter and take a look at what the graphic for this week. I looked at it before and it looks like it'll be pretty quick. There we go. So the steel goggles are easy to get from the vendor in Ul'dah where we are. And then I believe I have a set of duelist gloves in my glam chest, because I was trying to go for, I think I was trying to get the Plague Doctor set a while ago. So I ended up liking the duelist set as well. So I'll go check and take a look at my glamour dresser to see if we have those. But first we're going to grab the steel goggles, because those are easy to get, and it's an easy whatever points. The armor vendor's over here. And it said the 32 whatever, probably Disciple of War. Nope. Let's see, what does it actually say? Okay, hand or land. There they are. And then let me go check my glamour dresser. I know I have some piece of the duelist sets, but I don't know if I have the gloves. We'll see. Thinking about my plans for what order I should do stuff, and I actually kind of wish I had done this before. Not Carpenter. Carpenter can't wear the duelist gloves. Doesn't look like I do. Oh, there we go. Defiant Duelist. That'll work. Remove that. We'll do Defiant Duelist. I think that'll work. Let me look at the graphic again. Yep, Defiant Duelist. That's the first one on the list. And it looks like that only applies to warrior class, or not warrior classes, tank classes. So put on the steel goggles and then apply the glamour plates. Alright, I believe that should be all we need. I think we only need 2 items to get 80 points. I hope. I don't remember. I always get this wrong. If we need to do a die, the easy 80 points suggested by Kai uses Snow White dye or Soot Black dye, and I have some of both of those in my saddlebag if we need them. I don't think we will, but if we do, then I'm ready. But first we gotta do our mini cactpot tickets and jumbo cactpot. See if we can get not last on the jumbo cactpot. Looks like I broke another million MGP. Nope. Going for 789 there. See, 1, 2, 3 or 789 have equal chance, and it's neither. One more. See if we can get something in this one. Ooh. Is it gonna be 1, 2, 3? It's never 1, 2, 3. Maybe we'll have better luck with jumbo cactpot. Big Bunny, no whammy. I said no whammy. I don't think you heard me correctly. I said no whammy. What do I pay you people for? My 100% surefire way of rolling random on every single ticket just doesn't seem to be working. Really, I need to get some more salamander oil for Godbird. His people aren't doing their jobs correctly. Supposed to make the numbers work for me. Oh well, let's hope that these gloves work. They should work. Oh yeah, the gloves. I think the gloves will work. The question is if I need to apply a dye to something. I don't think I will. Oh, those goggles are super fashionable. Oh, looks like I have auto fast forward dialogue on. Need to remember to turn that off because I don't think the raid series is going to be voiced. Ah, yeah, easy. 85. Easy 60k. Now let's take these off. We can just desynth them from the... Yeah, I should just do that. Part of me wants to... Yeah, for the raid series, I'm just gonna plan on doing this as DPS, even if the queues take longer. Probably. If the queues take too long, I'll try tanking. But that might actually require thinking. Anyway, we're gonna wait 3 minutes for the slices right to come up. Or at least I think that's the one that comes up at 15. Oh no, it's at 20. Yeah, we're not gonna wait for that. That's too long. And I almost forgot about the Dwarven quest again. The tribal quest again. That's what we're gonna do next. Finished off with Golden Saucer. I really wish I could make that take a little bit longer, just to, you know, kind of drag it out a little bit. But we got everything I wanted to get done on it, so we're just gonna move on to the next part. Take it off the list. We're gonna move on to the Dwarven tribal quest. I'm trying to remember exactly I think last time we actually got some patrons that were going to purchase some of the tanks once we finish them. The question is, are we gonna finish them? I'm sure, what's his name will be able to help us out, or to get it completed. Let's teleport over here. What's his name again? It's not Giot. That's the tank. That's the tank roll job quest. Not job quest, roll quest. Said the right one first, and I tried to correct myself to the wrong one. What's his name again? Ranit. That's his name. Got the fancy brown beard. Anyway, let's get started on this next quest. Tanking is hard. Tell me about it. Beneath Ranit's thick beard hides a self-satisfied grin. I've been putting the prototypes through its paces, doing a bit of fine-tuning along the way. I'm happy to say it's now complete. I reckon I probably could have done it all by myself eventually, but having everyone else chip in with the work definitely helped. If we keep this up, Watt's Anvil will be able to achieve world domination through technology. Might need to work on the slogan a bit. Alright, If we're gonna produce more rolling tankards, we'll need to find a way to speed up the process. Time for a meeting. We're almost ready to take over, save the world with our tanks. I hope you haven't forgotten what's in store for you once they're finished. Of course not, but in the meantime, I've got bigger fish to fry. You, boy, what the bloody hells do you think you're doing? You're playing at consorting with Gogs. Bunch of stinking scruffy beards, the lot of them. About time someone came over and did this. Watch your tongue, Zamot, or I'll pull it out with my pliers. Okay, are these the chiefs of each of the tribes? Hobbs balls! It's the chief! God, and my chief's here too! So this is where you youngins have been all this time. Explain yourselves, and spare me any lip-bearded excuses. Wait, what is that? Behold, the rolling tankard, one of the lost designs of the great Watts. In the flesh. Well, in the metal, I suppose. But the point still stands. Yes, but what the bloody hells is it? Never mind that. What I want to know is how you got the grubby little mitts on Watts designs. They were locked in an unbreakable safe. Unbreakable? Don't think so, Chief. I opened that back when I was a nipper, and I thought it's finders keepers, so I helped myself to the plans inside. You did what? Taking such revered artifacts without permission is strictly forbidden. I should banish the bloody lot of you. I don't think they care. Steady on, Chief. I didn't even realize it was against the rules. As for you, I knew it was a girl, young lady, you'd better have a damn good excuse for this behavior. And I noticed that ethanol mill over there is of GOG design. If I find you've been sharing our secrets with the Thule, your life won't be worth living. You can't go replicating Watt's ideas willy-nilly. For all we know, this could bring about the destruction of Tomra. In any event, his great works are far beyond the capabilities of you whelps. Except for the fact we just built it. Also, to make matters worse, the GOG know all about it now. What's to stop them from building their own tanks and waging war on us? I don't like the sound of that. Maybe this weren't such a good idea after all. Stop sniveling, you two. Why would Watts design something like this if he didn't want anyone to make it? We're carrying on his legacy. That's the same thing the guy who invented dynamite said. If taking the plans is against the rules, why did no one here know about it? Surely someone would have said something to her need if it's that severe a crime. Well, you'd think that being locked in a safe would be enough of a deterrent, but obviously not. Booger my beard, do I have to spell everything out? Truth be told, I never thought anyone would break the sodden law like that. I didn't mean no harm by it, honest. Maybe if I could explain why I wanted to build Watt's tank, you'll understand. You're cleverer than you look, Renit. I suppose it's no good having all that technology if we're the only ones who benefit from it. But let's make one thing clear. If you go producing a load of shoddy work, the Thule will be a laughingstock of Novront. Do you swear on Watt's beard that you'll do a proper job on it? We will. To prove that you can produce quality and quantity, I want you to complete 5 tanks by the next Beardtide Festival. Think you can manage that? Yes! Should you fail, every Thule here will be sent straight back to Tomra. And that's not all. Renit must return Watt's hammer. Those are my conditions. Don't disappoint me. I'll be holding a demonstration at the bottom of the hill over there on Beertide. Just you see. Only 5 by Beertide? Ha! Why not make it 10? Challenge accepted. Renee, I've got something to take care of, but I'll be back soon. Suit yourself. Well, I guess we gotta go produce 5 tanks now. The more I think about it, the more it pisses me off. The only reason the chief's giving me such a hard time about this is because he reckons I'm not up to the task. I've also got a sneaking suspicion he made up that rule and wants his plans just to make my life miserable. He can't bear the thought of me showing him up with my engineering. Looks like the only way for it is to get those tanks built on the double. You see, Beertide takes place roughly once a year, when it's time for the chief of Tomra to have his beard washed. Does that mean he only washes his beard once a year? Let's just continue. Judging by the state of it, I'd say we don't have long left. Again, I'm just going to gloss over that detail. We need to have as many people working on the tanks as possible, and that means making the workshop a lot bigger. Of course, I've already come up with the plan, but I need you to bring me some supplies. And this time, only your very best work will do. Got that? You'll find everything you need in the Mechatoad. How fancy, Mechatoad. Beep. Request for materials acknowledged. What are we making this time? Workshop expansion supplies, high quality. The very difficult craft. And it's done. I assume you got there in the end? Well, yeah, I just cast the make it 100% quality skill. Ahem. Oh yes, very good. Except for this, slight impurity here. It should suffice, though. Just joking. It's damn near perfect. This'll go a long way in making the workshop bigger and better than ever. One thing's bothering me, though. I haven't seen Uzog since she wandered off. I heard from one of the others she was loitering by something called Radis's Round. Since Chief Zamat almost bloody well banished me for taking Watts' plans, I reckon even harsher punishment is in store for Uzog. I mean, I bet their chief didn't take too kindly to her giving away their secrets and building us the ethanol mill. Now I know what you're thinking. Look at that daft Sodranite worrying about Agog. Well, I ain't. I just want to know if there's something I should be worried about, which isn't the same thing at all. Even if there was, I doubt she'd tell me or any of the other Thalls, so maybe you could have a word with her? Stoic nod. Thanks. Appreciate it. If you could find out what her chief did, and if it's any cause for concern, it'd go a long way to putting my mind at ease. So of course I'm just waiting for them to get together in the end, and then the tribes to be united or something. Something silly like that. That'd be the really silly, cheesy ending. Let's see why Uzog is just loitering around and not helping out. Oh, it's you, Brilliant. Is something the matter? Renate send you to check up on me. Maybe he doesn't despise me as much as he have anyone believe. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Oh dear, I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. If you must know, I didn't come down here to sulk. I just wanted to have a look around where the demonstration is due to take place. If anything ruins Renate's big day, I'll have to wait even longer to pit my skills against his. Sure. But, if I'm being honest, there's a bit more to it than that. Brilliant, will you promise not to tell the others? The truth is, I've no plans to return to Comra once this is all over. In fact, I'd already made that decision the day I left, so it makes no difference whether I'm banished or not. I couldn't care less what the chief or anyone else thinks about me, as long as I can carry on with my engineering. The feeling of having an idea and seeing it come to life right before your eyes, it's indescribable. The thing is, as one of Watt's descendants, everyone had such high expectations of me, even as a child. Build this, build that, craft me some copper rings. No, not those. I didn't make that mistake when I started crafting. So this joke, there's a mistake that so many new crafters make, where there's a quest for a goldsmithing, I think, where you have to, or for armor craft, where you have to create copper rings. And a lot of people accidentally go and make a copper ring. And this is what that's referencing. When the pressure got too much, I'd sneak away from my teachers to play with the junk I'd collected from around the village. That's how I first met Renate. He was a few years younger than me. He still is, as far as I know. I mean, you age at the same time. But just like me, he was picking up pieces of scrap metal and imagining all sorts of things he could make from them. When I went over to speak to him, I found we were also like as two peas in a pod. He loved to make things just as much as I did, and in that brief time we spent together, we talked all about the ideas we'd had, and even made a sort of mechanical doll. As a sign of our newfound friendship, I gave a GOG coin and promised that we'd meet again. But someone must have seen us. When I got back home to the village, my parents forbade me from playing with that Thole boy. And, well, that was the last I saw of him. He was so young, I doubt he remembers any of it, but I'll always cherish the memories of that day, that simple joy of making something for its own sake. Seeing Renate and his friends working together reminded me how I felt on that day. I'd rather be here helping them build something that will make a difference to the whole of Novront than only doing what's best for the GOG. Ahem. And once that's over and done with, I'll have a chance to prove that I'm a better engineer than Renate and claim Watt's hammer. For that is my true objective. Oh yes. Sure. It's true. Well, I suppose I don't really need the hammer as such. I just thought a little competition would be healthy for both of us. But I have a feeling that you're far too skilled to be taking orders from someone like Renate. Why are you helping him anyway? I want them out. For the greater good. Whatever these talented hands are needed, I will be there. Because there's money to be made, presumably. Nah. It's for the mount, dude. I want that tank mount. Well, if it's the staggering level of incompetence around Watts' anvil is anything to go by, those talented hands of yours will find no shortage of work. We all have our reasons for being here, I suppose, and it's not like anyone is forcing us to do this. I'm just glad to have someone other than those boorish Tholes to speak to. I mean you, by the way. Honestly, I can't see how they get anything done over in Tomra. Did you see the way we need to let their chief talk him into that ridiculous ultimatum? If they don't get those tanks finished in time, that'll be the end of Watts' Anvil, and everything I've worked for will go up in smoke. And worst of all, I'll never get the hammer if Renate loses in a stupid wager. Luckily, I have a plan, but I'll need some time to mull over the finer points. For now, let's get back to the workshop. I just want the hammer. Sure. Sure. Just a bit of friendly competition. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Sure. We'll see about that. Hey, Renate, your girlfriend back? So, what did she say? Oh, clearly not. She just went to look over the demonstration site. Seems she wants us to pass Chief Zamot's test, even if it's only for the chance to challenge me to Watts' hammer. Main thing is, she's sticking around long enough to help with the tanks. But enough talk, let's get to work. Because if this doesn't go exactly according to plan, we're done for. Oh gods, I'm not used to this sort of pressure. What do you think of this new and improved workshop? There's no way we can fail now, right? Actually, don't answer that. It won't take us anywhere near as long to build the other 4 tanks as it did the first, but we still have our work cut out for us. Might have to tell the others no sleep till we're done. Got an itch. And don't go thinking that excludes you. I'm expecting great things from you in these days leading up to beer tide. So no slacking. Stoic nod. Watts' Anvil is now equipped with everything needed to produce rolling tankards en masse. But with the day of reckoning fast approaching, will Renate and his comrades be able to complete a column of tanks that meets Chief Zamot's exacting standards? I don't care, I just want them out. Your reputation has increased to honored. Cool. Let's take a look at what new stuff we got. See if there's anything to buy. Oh, got a new orchestration scroll. Watts' Anvil orchestration scroll. Okay. And that finishes up that tribal quest. Let's take that off the list. And then head over to Crystarium to start up the raid. I believe it's right at the entrance. Let's see, it's the... I have it up here. One of my, like, 13 windows. Yeah, Eden's gate starts from in the middle of nowhere, which is... This, nope, that's Minstrel from another... There it is. In the middle of nowhere. Let's head over there. Anxious Crystarium Guard. In the middle of nowhere, one of the Crystarium guards is particularly relieved to have found you. Ah, brilliant. Have you seen Reen? She's been looking for you. Wait here, I'll go get her. There you are. The truth is, I need your help. Now hold on, I haven't even told you what it is yet. Ahem. After you defeated Emmett Selk, I sensed a strange concentration of light, somewhere far to the south. In the empty, the lands that were once swallowed by the flood. I can't tell what it is, but we have to find out. For all we know, it might even be another Light Warden. But whatever it may be, I don't intend to stand by and watch. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Tancred, Urianger, and I have a few theories that we plan to test once we find whatever is causing this. The three of us were reluctant to ask for your help, considering everything that you've been through. The thing is, you're the only person who can defeat a Light Warden without becoming one yourself, so we have no choice. While we don't want to jump to conclusions, it would be a good idea to have you there, just in case. So, will you come with us? I wouldn't have it any other way. Perhaps we should let sleeping dogs lie. Nah, that's boring. Good game, though. Thank you, Brilliant. This means a lot. First of all, let's head to the Derek in Amarang. Tancred and Urianger should have everything ready by now. I kind of wish I had done this earlier, because this was released with the end of 5.0. I think well, I guess I'll figure that out once I get to Endwalker, but I'll try and do these closer to patch order, so that we get the story sort of more when stuff happens with the patches. Either way, we gotta head over to Almaring, the south part, and I guess that's what that southern exit is that I pointed out quite a while ago. See, this should be, that's the Lumor, this should be Almaring, yep. I'll teleport down to the inn. Yeah, that's the exit. Okay. I remember noting this exit and not knowing what that was supposed to be. But it's the entrance to the zone that will have the raid. It'd be nice if I can get this done, at least this one section done in a single stream. But it really just depends on how long the queues are. Tis a blessing to see thee so hale. Sorry to drag you all the way out here. I have a feeling you'll miss this place when you see where we're going next, though. I hope the desert creatures didn't give you too much trouble on the way here. I doubt they posed any sort of challenge to her. Would that I could say the same with confidence about whatever fiend may be waiting for us out there. Even if the light that Reen sends turns out to be nothing of consequence, the empty is hardly the most welcoming of places. Anything that could survive out there is not to be trifled with. Moreover, it should be reiterated that the light-based wasteland poseth as severe a threat as any foe we might face. In any event, we are in agreement that the phenomenon doth warrant investigation, though our lack of far more precise means of navigation, we must needs rely on Reen's innate abilities to guide us. I have formed several hypotheses regarding the nature of the light, but speculation is a poor substitute for first-hand observation. There will be plenty of time for us to talk about it on the way. Is the Sky Skipper ready, Thancred? Sky Slipper. Ready to take us wherever we need to go, aye. But again, too, maybe if we ask it nicely. Thou and light hath been expunged from... Though the light hath been expunged from Novront, the ambient ether of the empty is still corrupted, dangerously so, in fact. The flood of light devastated everything in its wake, the soil, the air, the water, all rendered incapable of supporting life. 'Tis due to this imbalance the empty remaineth utterly uninhabitable, even a century thereafter. That's why, that's why we're taking every possible precaution. Between the atherometers I've packed with and Reen's unique abilities, we should be able to direct and measure any fluctuations in our alignments. According to the Crystarium scouts, a few days out there won't affect us to any noticeable degree, but much longer than that, and we risk becoming sin-eaters. How lovely. Since we still don't know how chocobos and Amaro will fare in the empty, we opted for a more mechanical mode of transportation. This comes courtesy of the researchers at the Mean, who found it in the Crystal Tower and restored it to working order. It's quite safe, I promise. The person in charge said he'll have parts delivered from the Crystarium should anything break. He seemed quite eager to see what we bring back from the empty, even though I told him we were not hunting for treasure. I'll introduce you if we have a chance to stop by at Mord Suk at some point. Anyway, I think that covers everything. When you're ready to leave, just say the word. Okay, let's go, Reen. Well then, shall we? This would have made a lot more sense to do earlier in MSQ, but whatever. Considering the fact that we already helped Thancred and Urianger back to the source. With a name like the Empty, I wasn't expecting much in the way of pleasant scenery, but this is downright depressing. To look upon the land swallowed by the flood with mine own eyes, 'tis a chilling sight indeed. Approximately 9/10 of this world are, as this, a slate all but wiped clean. Were it not for the warriors of darkness and Minfilia. Reen, are you sure we're heading in the right direction? Yes, I'm certain. There's no telling how far away it is, though. Nothing for it, but to keep going then. You two back there may as well take a nap. I have a feeling we have a good few moms ahead of us. I have to say, it's a touch longer than I was expecting, and is that it sleeping? That seems pretty big. No, it's waking up. I don't like the sound of that. Is it a light warden? No, I don't think so. Instead of being filled with light, it is light. The first Sin-Eater. Long have I strived to unravel the mysteries surrounding the flood of light, to discover what had set that terrible cataclysm in motion. Every thread led to the same conclusion, the same single point. Or single being. I have reason to believe that the entity we see before us is the first Sin Eater, the instigator of the flood, the very foe Minfilia vanquished a century ago. So how are we supposed to beat this thing? She gave everything she had, and won. But this abomination could undo her work. Aye. The possibility cannot be denied, though it is oft said that destruction and creation are but two sides of the same coin. Green, knowest thou of what I speak? The power to shape reality, to bend the laws of nature, for what was once shattered may be forged anew. That's all well and good, but don't you think we should give it a name first? Let's call it Eden. Utopia in Fae, a most auspicious title. Now that that's settled, perhaps we should find a spot to set up camp. I even brought a couple tents, on the off chance, but pitching the damned things is something of a fine art. Does anybody fancy helping me? Oh, right. I never realized that putting tents up could be such a bother. Still, I'm glad we got there in the end. Tancred should be back from scouting the area soon. Once he's here, we can plan our next move. Let me check something real quick. Okay, so Resurrection is the first. During the course of your investigation, you may discover valuable artifacts. They can be exchanged for equipment. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that's the raid drops. Yeah, this is the first raid. Okay. It should be Resurrection. Deploy the core. Reed waits anxiously for Thancred to return from surveying the vicinity. I wonder what's taking Thancred so long. There he is. Welcome back, Dad. Well, that was rather uneventful. Not that I'm complaining. Did you find anything? No, thankfully. Though there's naught but barren plains in every direction. Apart from Eden, obviously. I tried approaching it, and that brute didn't even seem to notice me. I thought it best not to tempt fate, so I withdrew. We should act now, before it's fully awake. Meaning what exactly? When I think about the flood of light, I get the feeling that rather than destroying everything in its path, what it actually does is stop the flow of ether. Of course, that meant all the plants, animals, and people here could no longer survive. They must have crumbled to dust in the years since. But the aether is still there, lying dormant. If Eden is the one that caused it, maybe it can get it flowing again. Oh, that would be interesting. I don't know for certain, but I think I can use Eden to bring back life to the empty. Could we use something similar to the burn in the source? Now hold on a minute. What makes you think that's even possible? And how do you expect to control that kind of power? Green's aspirations may not be as Preposterous as thou dost surmise. I believe Minfilia haunted the flood's advance not by destroying Eden, but by silencing it. And in doing so, she hath gifted us an opportunity too precious to waste. Even now, the flame of hope burns on. I, as Minfilia's successor, it standeth to reason that Reen doth possess the means to exert her will over Eden. But such a monumental task is not to be taken lightly. What sayest thou, Brilliant? Well, let's give it a try. Yes, you're probably right, but I have to try. Very well, Reen. You've made up your mind. So, how should we go about this? Well, you could queue up for the raid, and then you wait for it to pop. I have an idea. I've been studying it carefully since we arrived, and it seems to me that the light is more concentrated at a certain point. I suppose you could call it the core. That giant Talos had a core too. Like a beating heart, it controlled the flow of ether. If Eden's core is the same, perhaps we could use it to restore the etheric balance. The theory is certainly sound. By employing Ethernet shards as beacons, mayhap we could trace the ethereal flow to Eden's core, and in doing so secure the means to teleport to the very heart of the beast. Thankfully, the Settlement Council has kindly furnished us with a plethora of apparatuses by which to perform such feats. However, we must needs first have Reen study the entity's interior and chart us a suitable course. Once we have reached our destination, I shall fabricate a means by which you may directly communicate with Eden, and mayhap exert a measure of control over it. You can really do that, Urianger? All credit is due to my dear friend, a gentle soul long since departed who imparted me with a wealth of knowledge concerning aetherology. Is that supposed to be Monbrita? Although I am certain she... Yeah, it's Monbrita. I'm sure she would be all too well to chastise my methodology. Excuse me for interrupting this trip down memory lane, but I don't imagine that Eden will be too happy about us rummaging around in its innards, or what we want of a better term. In all seriousness, though, I wouldn't be surprised if there is some sort of welcoming party arranged for intruders. Perhaps you had best lead the way, Brilliant. It's true that she's the only one who can defeat a Light Warden, but I'd rather not rely on her any more than we have to. Yes, I've forgotten what happened when she absorbed too much light, but as Alize said, making promises have no way of keeping is not a kindness. Now I wish I could put down wardens myself, but the fact is I can't, and there's no point in pretending I can. That's why I'm asking Brilliant. Then perhaps I could... No, Breen. You have a job. You already have a job to do, remember? The only reason this plan has a chance of success is because of your involvement. We need to concentrate on this task at hand and guide us to the core. Not only that, you'll have to keep an eye on Eden itself. If we somehow manage to make it angry, get us out of there. Are you sure you want to go through with this? I mean, I need to complete the raid. I won't let you down. Though we will remain here, Reed and I, shall do our utmost to guide thee along the ethereal stream. After thou hast breached the exterior, we shall remain in contact via these link pearls, courtesy of our comrades in the Crystarium. Being relics salvaged from the Crystal Tower, I fear they may somewhat be less reliable than those thou art accustomed. Okay. That should unlock the first Eden's Resurrection, or whatever it's called. Yeah, Eden's Gate Resurrection. I'll go ahead and queue up for this, and hopefully it won't take more than like 10 minutes. Need to figure out what to do while I'm in queue. I mean, I could just hang out in the Golden Saucer, but 10 minutes. Okay, well, I'll wait 10 minutes. In the meantime, I made a joke one time that I would play Minesweeper while we wait for Q. Let's move this up a little bit. So can I center vertically? Where is it? I guess that's centered vertically. Yeah, it is. Technically. I want to move it up just a little bit. Let's see, 139. Yeah, sure, that's slightly more. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, let's hope I don't get too many 50-50s. What a great start. That was sarcastic. Hope that's not right. Okay, so this is 3. That means there's one that's not here, but I can't tell. What an annoying run. One thing I hate about Minesweeper is that for the most part you're going to get randomness. Or not, of course you're gonna get randomness. I mean, you're going to get a 50-50 at some point. At least on medium and higher. Which is really frustrating. Like, no matter how good you are at it, you're still going to hit... Like here, there's no way I can tell which one of these it is, so I just have to guess. And it ends up, that's what happens. I'm not going to do this too long, because honestly it's going to get annoying. Then I'll actually take a little bit of thought to try and figure out what else I can possibly do while we wait. I'm sure there's something I can think of that we can do while we wait for Q. I just need to think about it a bit more. Like, I do want to do, there's a couple, like, achievements I want to grind out, like, for the... There's some achievements to collect a certain amount of resources from certain zones in ARR and certain level ranges. The only problem with that is that after a queue, it's going to end up teleporting us back here. Let's see. So this one's here. That's there. That's there. That's there. That's there. It's not a 50-50 yet. That's that. That's that. That's that. That's that. It's gonna come down to a 50-50, isn't it? Nope, we got it. Hey, you can't see the congratulations one screen. Now let's do one more. That's there. Let's see, this. For the most part on this, you can just memorize a bunch of patterns. Like, these two are this because the 2 is there, and it points to these two. But you see 2 2s with 1s on either side, that means it has to be the 2 that are right next to it. Then this one's going to be these 2. That's going to be both of those. That's that. That's going to be there. Those 2. 5. That goes there. That's all of those. It's there. Okay, that's there. So that's not a 50-50. That's that. Yeah, that's going to probably be a 50-50, unfortunately. Yeah, I have to... No, I don't have to guess there. I can get that. That has to be that. That has to be that. Nice. That's that. Okay, I have to guess here. So if I had... Let's see. So this is effectively a 1, 2, 1, which means 2 of these are bombs. So I have to guess 1 out of 3 is not a bomb. Right? Yeah, 1 out of 3 is not a bomb, but I didn't see any way for that to... Yeah, I didn't see any way to do that. Oh well. Let me think about this for a second. So, I've got... Or I could just plain do some, like, gathering in general. But again, it's going to teleport me back here, which would be a little bit annoying. I could also just try and tank. But, like, I don't want to think. It's going to require me to think. Let me look at the fights. Add red to the arena will kill any player that comes in contact with it. Well, yeah. That's usually how it works. If these end up taking too long, I'll try tanking. Not that one. So, like, this, I'm just, like, harvesting oak logs. And then I'll eventually use them to work on this achievement. To make oak lumber. And then the same thing with this, except with rosewood. And then I'll do the similar achievement. I'll do this achievement for the rosewood. Of course, if I only really wanted the title, I'd be doing this, but you get this achievement if you do all 5 of those. Some of these will just come naturally because they're items that I make, that I would make normally. Like for these, this 81 and 90, I believe that counts for, what are they called? Special recipes. The master recipes as well. So, like, at some point I might get them, but the thing is, I'm not going to be crafting a lot of the carpenter master recipes. Probably. Yeah, because these are... I mean, there's more than just that. Yeah, probably not going to be crafting a lot of these, unless I'm going to be making, like... But the thing is, the palm lumber is... Let's... I thought that was Island Sanctuary. That's 80, so yeah. Okay, this is like the... But I'm not going to be making these. Because they're so annoying to sell that it's just not worth me having to repost them as often as I will. As I will need to. Also slowly working on this. I'm almost done with this, and then I'm just not going to bother sending them out on missions anymore. Because the only item that I care about are these Spirit Bond manuals, but I've got 68 of them, and each one of them lasts 2 hours. So, like, there's no point in me farming more of them until I need them. And I'm slowly working on these, because I started getting in the habit of doing the supply missions again. I was just doing the provisioning missions if I had the materials on me from not Leave Quest, from... What are they called again? Sending my retainer, that retainer ventures. But, I usually don't get enough materials to do those all the time. Like, I got some manganese ore, Krondite, and some raw star quartz, which and ambrosial water. All 4 of these are used for Grand Company turn-ins. Like right now, it's actually Chondrite. That's how you say it. But I can't go and gather Chondrite or integral logs because they're both in Endwalker zones. I wonder what I should do while I wait. What do people normally do when they wait for this kind of stuff besides, you know, talk with chat? Which is a bit difficult to do. I'm gonna wait out and try and do DPS for this one, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do a tank. Guess while I'm waiting, I'll make a shirk macro. Or grab a shirk macro. Because I'm probably not gonna need it, but I really should have that done for eventually. Let's see. I don't remember how to do it. Let's see. Go to let's see, where's the macros on here? Does this have helpful macros on this page? Or is it on a different page? There we go, there's some macros. Home gang macro could be used, so there's a shirk macro. Yeah, shirk 2, that's what I want. Why did they put the equals there? Okay. Okay, that's shirk 2. That'll hopefully make it so that it goes to the tank if I need it for some reason. If I need to actually do a tank swap, which I won't. Oh, finally, yay. That took like 12 minutes. You better not leave. You DPS, you better not do it. He's gonna do it, isn't he? Yay, he didn't miss the cue. Be careful! Huge amounts of ether are rushing to the core. Wait, what's that? Keeper of Knowledge, Edom Prime. figured it'd drop a puddle. Oops, wrong button. That looks cool. Let's see what we're doing. What do we got now? What? It's gonna be another clicking one, isn't it? What? Huh? What? Just 2,000, just 20,000 damage, nothing big. Gotta make sure I don't go full Dragoon and jump off the edge. It's probably LB2 here. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna... If it's gonna be that easy, I'm just gonna tank it. Maybe we can get slightly shorter than 10-minute queues. I mean, I'm just gonna need everything because I've never done this before. Okay, Reen, we took care of that. You didn't need to worry about it. It seems that Thancred's predictions about there being some sort of guardian was right. Thankfully, it was nothing that you couldn't handle. And I'm glad to say that you haven't absorbed any light either. So far, so good. Now that the way is clear, the Aethernet shard can send us to the core and back whenever we need. Why don't you give them a try? Oh, okay, that's nice and easy. Standing around and waiting is hardly my forte, though I dare say I'm more suited to this than whatever Urianger is doing. Though the apparatus is now into place, a number of minute adjustments needs be made before attempting to assert control over Eden. Once Urianger has activated the device, it's my turn. Well, just grab crit. Everyone needs crit. That the time hath come, Reen. Watch over me, Minfilia. Is it supposed to happen? Eden is offering considerable resistance. Not now. Not when I'm so close. Urianger. I am unharmed, but what of Reen? No, you listen to me. Reen, be careful. You worry too much, Dadgrid. Well, that doesn't look good. Well, I'm glad that's over, but for how long? The beast's fury hath subsided. One fell swoop. Well, let's get started with the next one. One fell swoop. Reen appears to have recovered from the battle of wills with Eden. It worked. I'm in control now, I think. Although I'm now linked to Eden, I still need to figure out how to give it commands. Pray tell, what caused it to convulse so violently? It must have been when Eden rose into the air. I'm still struggling to stop it from drifting too far from the camp. Even now, thou art. Green, what is going on? Above us. Something's coming this way. An enemy. But how dost thou... Ah, could it be a sin eater? I can't see them clearly, but no, that's impossible. What is it? They're inside, too. Lots of them. They're trying to reach the core. Uninvited guests, eh? If I'd known they were coming, I would have tidied the place up. Japes are poor substitutes for viable stratagem. In that case, I suggest that you and I deal with the others who are already inside. And Brilliant can welcome our airborne adversary. Green, find out if Eden has any defenses we can make use of, preferably ones that don't recognize us as enemies. I'm not sure about that, but I can use the aether currents to send you to wherever you need to go. That's my girl. Alright, everyone, we've got work to do. From what I can tell, Eden is able to form simple structures by redirecting ether, so I'll try to give you something to stand on. When you're ready, head for the portal over there. Alright. What portal? Oh, that portal. Okay, I'm going to queue as warrior. And I'm going to actually take a break while we're in queue. So, I don't know how long this will end up being, but I'm going to step away for a little bit, do my normal break since it's been over an hour. So if you need to take a break, get up, stretch your legs, do whatever you need to. And I'll be right back. Hopefully this actually takes 5 minutes so I can actually take a break. Oh, right. Looks like Q hasn't popped yet. Go ahead and pull up the next fight and skim it. This is Descent. Yeah, nothing stands out as or I actually need to know what I'm doing, which is what I like. There we go. Let's get started. Antithesis Manifest, Voidwalker. What the heck is that? He's already got his tank stance on, so I'll let him main tank. Wait, what, am I stealing aggro from him? I'll turn mine off then. So you mean to pop both of those? Stop! What are you doing, you idiot? Or I probably just don't understand the raid. I shouldn't call anyone an idiot when I have no idea how this mechanics work. Three, two, one. Okay, so that's a delayed. That worked. Yeah, I'm pressing too many buttons. Keep fat fingering a bunch of stuff. Oh, nice. That person knows to run to the edge so that we don't, wipe the raid. Need to look away from him. There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna tank these. Because you don't actually need to, like, do the mechanics. Rather, you just need to not stand in the bad. If I get any of this. I got one thing. Two? Three things. And two combinations. Give me the combination for knowing to turn my tank stance off. So what is this thing? Brilliant! Thank goodness you're unharmed. We came as soon as we took care of our own unwanted guests. They were a stubborn bunch and quite unlike anything I've seen in the first. Yeah, so what is this thing? No, I won't let you. Damn the light. Damn you all. I just realized I still got the gloves on from Fashion Report. Who are you? What do you want? Oh, is this your girlfriend? Is this your girlfriend? Why am I here? What is happening? Looks like a female body. Unless this is just a random person. I don't know. She's alive, but there's something strange about her ether. She didn't seem too pleased with Reen taking control of Eden, which may be what caused her to appear out of the blue. Beyond that, it's anyone's guess. Guess. 'Tis plain she is not a sin eater, not even in past as Vothri was. Yet this knowledge does little to assuage my fears, for she is nonetheless possessed of a power most terrible. On the other hand, if she's feeling cooperative, she might be able to tell us more about Eden. I'll keep an eye on her until she wakes up. There's no telling what will happen when she does, but I'll make it clear that we mean her no harm. Well, no further harm, at very least. I need to fix my glam. I'm not supposed to be wearing those gloves. Obviously, it's not a good idea to bring her inside Eden. It's likely that reaching the core was her aim from the outset, so I'll take her to the camp. Now that things have settled down, I should go back inside and try to strengthen my link with to Eden. I have yet to discover the means by which the exterior was breached, though it would appear that the fiends that Thancred and I slew were similar in nature to those by thine own adversary. Voidsent, in other words. Interesting. Although I had my hands full trying to control Eden, I caught a glimpse of your battle. Its power. I've never seen anything like it. What thou witnessed was the tearing of the very fabric of reality, the creation of a rift through which Voidsent may enter. But pray tell, Eden, didst thou make any other observations? I couldn't sense any light, but at all in the girl or her servants. But I can't really explain how. But she reminded me of Emmett Selk. Though I think it unlikely she is an Ascian, she may yet be a thrall to Zodiark. Maybe we'll be able to find out more once she's woken up. In the meantime, I'll try to improve my control over Eden. It seems to be like listening more than before, instead of screaming at me like it was in the beginning. And that's not all. I've made an exciting discovery. Well, we're just gonna grab the crit materia like usual. Okay, let's get started with the next one. Nor any drop to drink. Rain's newly formed bond with Eden's core has led to a surprising discovery. I feel a lot more confident in my ability to control Eden now. Of course, this is only the beginning. And we shall accompany thee wheresoever this path may lead. Pray tell, what manner of discovery hast thou made? I understand how Eden's power works, and therefore the true nature of the flood of light. Yes, it affected the balance of all ether in the empty, shifting it so far towards the umbral that it stopped flowing altogether. The power to tip the scales. And to tip them back again. That's what Eden does. It controls the balance of ether over a wide area, forcing it from one alignment to the other. Left alone, it still poses a threat, but if I can harness its power, I think I could use it to breathe life back into the empty. The trouble is, I haven't the foggiest idea where to start. And if I go about this the wrong way, I'll do more harm than good. Thou needest not bear this burden alone, Reen, nor should thou. 'Tis no simple matter of awakening that which lies dormant. All things in nature are inextricably linked. The elements maintain a fragile harmony, without which life cannot prosper. So what should we do? A solution hath begun to take shape in my mind, though it will require a further discussion. For the time being, let us return to the camp. 'Twould be remiss of us not to involve Thancred. Okay, Dadgrid, how's our friend doing? I'm curious to know what connection the girl has to Eden. If only she'd told us a bit more before she collapsed. Still sleeping soundly, I'm afraid. If I'd known she'd take so long to come around, I'd have brought a good book or two to pass the time. My friends, I believe I've struck upon a method by which we may see this world restored. Urianger, before you go any further, allow me to make a potentially very long story shorter. The plan is to take control of Eden and to realign the ether of the empty, right? In essence, yes. However, unleashing elemental energies haphazardly will not suffice. In addition, the empty is unfathomably vast. Were we only able to effect change over one small region at a time, it would take many lifetimes to complete even a fraction of our task. Instead, our energies be better spent revitalizing each element in order, that we might set in motion a more widespread transformation. One at a time? I hate to say this, but I don't think Eden will be able to draw out a single element without affecting the others. For that very reason, we shall select a location in which the ambient ether we wish to restore is at its most potent. Even in a dormant state, certain elements will be more prevalent and therefore more easily manipulated. Then we rebalance the ether and return it to the land, whereupon it shall be borne on ethereal currents to the farthest reaches of the empty. But what's to prevent the element from breaking free Eden's hold and causing a disaster of some sort? It must needs be contained. The question is, how? Brilliant, indulge me for a moment, if thou wouldst. Pray imagine a corporal manifestation of each of the individual elements. What dost thou see in thy mind's eye? Moogles. Mayhap thou art a fear to the utter fateful word. For to even speak the name primal is to invite misfortune. Though invite we must. As the ether is drawn forth and realigned by Eden, we shall perform a summoning as Master Louis Soir once did, on the fields of Cartenu. As one who hath laid low countless primals, thy memories will shape the ether into a deiform entity, which must subsequently be dispersed in the traditional fashion. So defeat it, in other words. But is that even possible? I bring my fast on primals. It's easier. It's either that or be torn to shreds. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure I can. I eat primals for breakfast. I am the main character after all. Lest thou forget, 'twill be no more than approximation of a foe thou hast previously bested. I have every confidence in thine abilities, Berlin. So are we going to basically recreate weaker versions of primals we faced? As do I, though it might help to have some idea of what you will be up against. Have you decided which element to tackle first? I suppose water, the source of all life. As for the location, an area to the west of Novront was once home to the world's deepest ocean. Alas, the flood of light reduced it to a yawning chasm. Water, yes, that seems like a good choice. I'll see if Eden can take us where we need to go. And I shall prepare for the summoning. Thancred, wouldst thou keep watch over our enigmatic antagonist? She may have vital information to impart. In the event that she become agitated, thou mayst have need to restrain her. Someone's got to do it, I suppose. I'll be praying for your success while I wait here, twiddling my thumbs. Still, I must say I don't envy you being caught up in yet another of Urianji's madcap schemes. Though, come to think of it, if the creature you must fight is born from your own memories and imagination, why don't you try to think of something a bit tamer than the primals you fought in the past? Perhaps that's not how it works. Anyway, best of luck. Okay, let me fix my glam, because I completely forgot to do it last time. Or before. There it is. Okay, what are we supposed to do? Speak to Reen in Eden's core. Leviathan is the idea. Of course it's Leviathan, the one that everyone hated. Leviathan is the ideal candidate to embody the element of water. Be warned that the circumstances of said summoning differ greatly from that of primal encountered in the source, and the results are difficult to predict. Eden seems to be responding well to my instructions, so we should reach our destination in no time at all. Alright, this is the place. I'll see if I can draw out the water-aspected ether. The rest is up to you, Brilliant. Memories of Leviathan come flooding back. You know, getting knocked off of the platform in the extreme version. Over and over and over. Even unsynced, it's a pain to do. Anyway, let's queue up for this one. Eden's Gate, Inundation. Okay, they said 30 minutes for a second there. I'm like, oh no. But no, just 5 minutes like usual. Let's skim this, see if there's anything that stands out. Possible to fall off the edge of the arena, of course. The arena? Arena. It's Leviathan, what did you expect? Okay, nothing stands out. This is how I meant to pull up. See if any of those lookout points are up. Nope. I mean sightseeing. I've still got some more to do in the first 20 on ARR. So it's gonna take I still got a good bit to do. It's annoying when some of them don't even appear for like a day. Like they appear for a small portion, like in like real-time day. And you just have to be on to do them. Wonder how much this is going to be like the original Leviathan fight. The only let's see. So in the normal mode Leviathan fight, the second tank needed to tank the tail. So I'll keep that in mind. Maybe there's going to be another thing that I need to pick up as the off tank, because I'm probably going to be the off tank. It's actually a little bit weird that in that previous fight, normally when I do multi-tank encounters, I can turn on my tank stance after the other tank has picked up aggro and then the boss won't attack me, but maybe I was just doing too much damage or he was doing too little. Because I actually had to turn, I was like pulling aggro for somehow. I ended up needing to turn it off. Yeah, I guess I could have used my shirt macro to pull it off, but it doesn't really matter that much. It's not like I actually needed to do a tank swap or anything. The only time I've seen where you probably should do a tank swap was in one of the Alexander. Well, a couple of the Alexander encounters, and I don't remember much of Omega because I just healed that. Take a look at the stuff around here. What's the inundation mean? I've heard the word before, but I'm not sure exactly what it means. Inundation, the act of inundating. Gee, thanks. The state of being inundated, yes. Okay, am I just gonna need to look up inundate? To cover with water, especially, okay, I guess that makes sense. To overwhelm as if with a flood swamp. To cover with a flood, to overflow, okay, I guess that makes sense for this fight. Hey, Lugs, yeah, I just looked it up. Honestly, you should look up more of like Urianja's crazy vocabulary. I say crazy. I can understand most of it. But sometimes he just uses a word that I don't know how to pronounce. Are you referring to Leviathan or the boss for this fight? Leviathan is a pain. Oh yeah. Urianja. Oh yeah, I'm doing all this blind. I skimmed the wiki pages to see if they had like any obvious things that I'll need to know, but I didn't actually read any of the mechanics. All I know is that it's supposed to be based off of my memory of Leviathan, which doesn't bode well. Whenever I do a Leviathan Extreme for Unsynced for the Wondrous Tales each week, it's always such a pain because most of the time I end up getting knocked off the platform. That's good to hear. Seems like this is the theme for this will be remixing old primals that we fought before. There we go. Let's get started. Oh yeah, it sounds good. Oh, he got wrecked. If I don't know mechanics, I'll just follow everyone else. But yeah, it looks like they're shooting lasers. Or, you know, eating everything. Sure not to get knocked off the platform. Oops, didn't mean to do that. This is similar to the second phase of Leviathan. When he goes across the boat, he can knock you off. Not stand where the laser's gonna get shot. Oops. Oops. Wasn't watching. Apparently neither was everyone else. No one else was either. So if I don't do anything, I will have invincibility for 2 seconds. I actually have to target them right. I need to turn Nescent Flash, or however you say that, to a mouse over. Don't draw the stuff. Thanks, dude. Oh. It's on me. I didn't want to knock everyone off. Ooh, that could have been a lot worse. And that had a lot of influence from the Leviathan fight. Definitely a lot more fun. Of course, it's a lot better when you don't get eaten. That was incredible. Is that what primals look like? That was a bit scarier. Oh, not quite the same then. But why is that? The Leviathan of the Source was summoned by... I can never pronounce their name. Sahagin? Sure, by the Sahagin. To whom he was no less than a god. Without their faith, the deform entity that we brought into existence differed on a fundamental level, though it was no less formidable. The manifestation relied upon Beryllian's experiences of Leviathan, and may have been influenced by recollections of other water aspect beings, leading to further discrepancies. Memories brought to life. but I still can't tell if our plan actually worked. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. How goes it? If you're finished saying the primal or whatever it is, I suggest you get back here on the double. There's something you ought to see. What could it be? What could that be? Evidently, our only recourse is to return to our base of operation forthwith. Well, get us back there, Reen. You're the one driving, after all. Let's grab the crate materia. I think that's the all there. Is that all there is? No, wait, that was only the third one, wasn't it? Yeah, so there's one more to do for this section. Brilliant, look! Oh, there's actually water flowing in crystals. The Dwarf's grace, 'tis a marvel to behold. I never thought that a whole lake would suddenly appear like this. And we're just getting started. I only hope the burden is not too much for you, Brilliant. Stoic fist bump. Well, then we got one more section to go, or one more fight to do. You know, when I first heard Urianger's plan, I didn't know what to expect. But then the enormous crystal appeared, and water came gushing forth, and, well... such a profound transformation. Though the change appeareth to be limited to an area no more than a few moms in diameter. Super seismic. Reen and Urianger are considering the next step in the plan to reclaim the empty. I think this proves that the water-aspected ether is no longer lying dormant. So, which element should we rely next, Urianger? But judging by the title, it's going to be Earth. I propose Earth. Should we succeed in returning the soil's life-giving energy, the empty shall become capable of supporting the growth of flora. Imagine that! Forests in the empty! Before we begin, I'd like to know how the girl is doing. Still sound asleep. She didn't so much as stir even when I took her helmet off. I thought it might be getting a bit stuffy in there, and I was curious to know what sort of person we're dealing with. She seemed surprisingly normal, not at all like your unusual void scent. I'd say she's around the same age as you, Reen, perhaps a little older. Well, whoever she is, we should let her rest while we concentrate on the task at hand. As much as I'd love to go with you, I'd best stay here in case she wakes up and is feeling less cooperative. And while I wait here, wishing I had something to read, my thoughts will be with you as you fly off to face the next opponent. It must be a strange feeling to bring something into existence, though through your own willpower, only to slay it immediately after. I almost feel sorry for the poor things. All the same, I wish you luck. If all goes well, you won't be waiting for long. The sooner we get this over with, the sooner we can see the results. This is going to be a remix of... let's see, if I had to guess, it's going to be a remix of Titan. Once more unto the empty, dear friend. Thou art prepared, I presume. Now, before we embark on our journey, there is one question I feel I should ask. Where are we going? I would suggest a certain region that lieth east of Novront, which was once home to the great mountain Atlas. And for the Earth aspected primal we wish to invoke, that could be a more fitting choice than Titan. I don't think I've heard of that one. What's it like? Well, he's kind of big. And he knocks you off the platform. Worshipped by the kobolds, the landslides. It seems like you had a rather traumatic experience. Well, considering how many times I've flipped off of it as Dragoon. Yeah. But if our last battle is anything to go by, this one will be different from the Titan that Berlin remembers, yes? Aye, it would be wise to consider the two as entirely separate beings. As such, thou must needs conceive new stratagems if thou art to triumph in the battle to come. Past experience will avail thee not, I fear. All right, Brilliant. Once you're ready, we'll be on our way. It took a while, but we finally arrived. Ready, Brilliant? Memories of Titan come tumbling back. Eden's Gate. Sepulture. Unlocked. Okay, let's queue up for this. And that should be the last of the Eden's Gate. Which is what I plan to get done today. You skim this to see if anything stands out. Possible to fall off the edge like usual. I don't see anything. Kind of curious if they like changed each one of these to be each of the primals you fight, or each of the bosses you fight, but it doesn't look like they've changed at all. Like, I would expect like this to change to the one that you would be fighting next. Well, actually no, because we technically haven't summoned it yet. Today I did some dungeons on my Dark Knight, and I got to level 70 on it recently, and I unlocked the Blackest Night. And I went and did an entire dungeon at level 70, completely forgetting that I even had it. Feel bad for the healer, although he did a really good job. There we go. That was a quick queue. Let's get started. I mean, I guess that's Titan, just a lot more metal. Music is too. Why is he aggro? Whatever. I guess I'm main tank now. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Not that. Oh, that was close. Let's not stand there. Nope. Yep. That's usually how it goes. Just like original Titan, getting knocked off the edge. At least I didn't backflip. Oh, I didn't get hit. Yep, I got hit by that again. Supposed to hide behind the rock. Look, I'm tank now. Okay. I need to figure that one out. He's trying to get me up. There we go. You got it. Oh, he got wrecked. Oops, I didn't watch the order. This was the last one that lit up, so... Oh, he wants me to... Oops, wrong button. Oh, I see. I'm supposed to be taking it. Okay. Yeah, because he's got vulnerability down. Okay. I never tank this. Oh no, I'm not touching Savage. I rarely tank this stuff. I only usually tank dungeons. I don't enjoy tanking this stuff. That was definitely the hardest of the four. First one was really easy. And I get the minion. I was being a terrible tank there. I didn't realize he had the vulnerability. And I still got a command. Why? Welcome back. You must be exhausted. For a creature made of rock, it was a lot more agile than I was expecting. I wonder, was the Titan of your world a tough opponent too? He never stood a chance against me. Yes, if I'd put one foot wrong, I would have fallen to my doom. Yeah, that's how it works. So all it would have taken is a moment lapse of concentration. I don't like the sound of that. But more importantly, you've defeated another elemental being, which means we're one step closer to reclaiming the empty. I can't wait to see how much a difference we've made this time. Now, that might be cool to look at eventually, but like, since I probably wouldn't end up doing Savage, I probably, like, even with the group, I would try and do it unsynced, but since the max level is 90 and this is 80, I probably won't ever look at it. Did we do all this? Aye. It would appear that balance has returned to the element of Earth, and yet... The transformation hath affected only the immediate vicinity, whereas the lands beyond this lake doth remain unchanged. 'Tis passing strange indeed. Did we do something wrong? Though this falleth short of the outcome I had envisioned, 'tis plain our efforts were not in vain. Mayhap this localized phenomenon is the result of an intersection of etheric currents. Therefore, it is reasonable to assume that similar locations in the empty hath undergone comparable alterations. Then the ether will be spread out from these points to cover the rest of... Rain! I mean, she's kind of been actually working hard. Trying to fight and keep control of Eden. It's unsurprising that she's worn out. Let's see, so is this the next... I need to check. Is this the next one? Eden's verse? Or is this the end of that? The Eden quests. Okay, this is 5.0, so let's do this one too. The next piece of the puzzle. Reen appears to have been overcome by exhaustion. Yeah, this looks like it's the last one for this section. It's nothing. That's what Thancred says. He knows better than that. That didn't look like nothing to me. You'd better lie down for a while. No, really, I'm fine. See, she's learning from her dad. Anyway, we've still got work to do. Nay, Thancred hath the right of it. 'Twould be unwise to exert thyself overmuch. I appreciate your concern, but I do wish you'd stop fussing. Reen, thou knowest not the strain thou doth place on thyself. Though the elementals of water and earth hath been restored, continued exposure to the empty, stagnant aether may yet sap thee of thy remaining strength. Oh, you're right, Lugs. That's how it usually works. Now that you mention it... Oh, this isn't Urianji. Now that you mention it, I've been feeling a bit out of sorts since we got here. I should probably get away from the empty and rest for a while. Pray do so. Meanwhile, I shall remain here. The restoration of the first two elements hath provided unexpected results, and I require time to analyze our findings. However, I must ask that thee refrain from discussing our work in the empty, even with our closest comrades. Why? I thought they'd welcome the news. And indeed they shall, once we have some more to show for our efforts. Nevertheless, this mission is one of surpassing danger. I am loath to place our dearest friends at risk unless absolutely necessary. This reminds me of all the stuff of Urianji trying to do everything in secret, like with the Warriors of Darkness and stuff. And keeping secret with, in Shadowbringers with Grandpa Tia. You have their best interests at heart, I'm sure. But to be perfectly honest, I'd prefer not to keep secrets from people that I trust with my life. I don't want to make a habit of this, but I'll do as you ask. It seems to me that Reen isn't the only one who would benefit from a change in scenery. Our Sleeping Beauty would likely fare better in a more hospitable surroundings. We'll need to have our associates from the Crystarium organizing a safe place for her to stay. If you and Berlin could go ahead and have a word with them in Mordsuk, we'll catch up with you once again. Urianji has finished whatever he needs to do. Perhaps thou too shouldst accompany her on the return journey. I dare say she would be glad for thy presence. No, not this time. She's come such long ways since we first met, and I worry that relying on me too much will only hold her back. We won't be staying in the First forever. The time will come for Reen and I to part ways, and for her to follow her own path. I know you understand this too, Urianji. I see trying to pass on as much of your knowledge as possible while you still can. And to her credit, she's actually taking most of it in, unlike Thancred. Reen is possessed of a natural affinity for aetherology, unlike some who shall remain unnamed. Mom and Dad having a squabble. A natural affinity for staying awake during your lectures, most like. Though, come to think of it, she doesn't really take after me at all. Oh, sure, except for, like, her not wanting to rest. However, like these, she is predisposed to brooding in silence in lieu of voicing her concerns. Says the master of keeping his cards close to his chest. Actually, he keeps them on his waist now with his dual disc. Anyway, Brillian, you'd better take the sky slipper with Reen. It's true that she's been through a lot lately, but so have you. We'll need you ready for the challenges that lie ahead, so go on and get some rest. We shall await news of thy arrival in Almarang. Yeah, she really does take after both of them. Oh, let's head on back. Oh, right, no mounts here. It seemed like you were all having quite a serious discussion. I hope I haven't given any cause for concern. Well, if you say so. I probably shouldn't stay in the empty any longer than necessary, though. So, do you want to take the first shift piloting, or shall I? Reen, do you have your license? Phew, I'm glad I had you there to keep me company. I've no idea how I would have passed the time otherwise. Now that we're here, I need to find our contact from the Crystarium. But before that, I was hoping I could have a word with you. Something's been on my mind. This might not be the best place for it, though. Those creatures over there look a bit hungry. When I first spoke to Thancred and Urianger about what I'd sensed in the empty, part of me wished we could have just left it alone. I guess I was scared of what we'd find. But now that we found Eden, I know that I made the right choice. And if I'd given in to my fear, I probably would have spent the rest of my life wondering what might have been. From now on, whenever I hear the voice inside me telling me to run away, to hide, I won't listen. That's not who I am anymore. Even so, all the courage in the world is not going to help me decide what we should do with that girl when she wakes up. Yeah, we don't actually know her yet, so I'm not going to make any comments. Even though I'm pretty sure I know who it is. Do you remember what she said right before she passed? Why am I here? What is happening? What if she's being controlled or forced to act against her will? Whatever the case, it's clear that she's not a monster. She's a person like you or me. Obviously, she knows something about Eden, and we need all the information we can get. But more than that, I just want to talk to her, to find out who she is, and if there's anything we can do to help her. On the other hand, we mustn't forget that she's already attacked us once. What's to say she won't try it again when she wakes up? If she keeps us from reclaiming the empty, it will be all my fault. So it'll be all yeah, that's what she says. It's no good. I can't make up my mind. What do you think we should do, Brillian? If Alphanode were here, he'd talk things through with her. Yeah, he probably would. Even MXL had his reasons. We should let her hear at least hear her out. There's not much we can do until she's awake. That's true. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't be trying to decide her fate before we even know who she is. In the meantime, we'll have to be patient and hope that she comes around soon. Until then, I'll try to concentrate on here and now. Speaking of which, I still need to see Uriange's errands. The people we're on our way to meet lent us the Sky Slipper and most of the apparatuses we've been using, and since we've been sworn to secrecy, I assume the same applies to them and their colleagues. Anyway, once that's over with, we can find a place to relax. Alright, this should be the end of this. That was a nice outing with Mom, Dad, and Reen. Now that we're here, allow me to introduce you to two members of our inner circle, or whatever you want to call it. That's Gul, who's interested in trading for any relic we can find in the empty. Apparently, he mostly deals in exotic weapons and whatnot, but he's agreed to keep us supplied with whatever else we can't get from the Crystarium. Now, the ones we came to meet should be around here somewhere. Ah, Reen, what a relief. What a relief it is to see you returned unharmed from your expedition. I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. We were gone a bit longer than we expected. Brilliant, I'd like you to meet Luri. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. As a representative of the Settlement Council, I am here to oversee the delivery of equipment deemed necessary for your mission. I will be on hand to provide any assistance you may require. Actually, there's something we'd like to take care of. It's probably best not to talk about it in the middle of the market, though. I'll take it from here, Brilliant. You should get some rest. But before you go, I'd like to thank you for everything you've done. We still have a long road ahead of us, but if we give it our all, there's nothing we can't handle. Grab skill speed. Okay, one final cutscene. I see. Though it mere supposition, it would behoove us to proceed with caution. Moreover, I would refrain from discussing this matter with Reen and Brilliant until we know more. Well, I appreciate you telling me, even though it is too soon to be sure. I'm the one watching over her, after all. The Oracle of Darkness. Okay, yeah, it is who I think it is. Pray, that is not true. Still not gonna say anything until they actually, like, confirm it. I did kind of make a joke, let's see, which one is the Savage? Okay, that's the next one. Greetings, Brilliant. How might I be of service? I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Alright, that was... let's see, where's a good background? Yeah, let's do that. So that was my plan for today, to get through the first of the raid series. I'm trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to do next weekend. I think I'll just continue with the next one on Saturday. And then, yeah, probably not going to do anything with Savage, to be honest. But I'll unlock it anyway, just to have it in the log. And not have a blue quest. I think there's only like one blue quest in all the content that I've done besides the Crystarium, which is Heaven on High, because I haven't done any of, I can't unlock that quest until I get to level 50 of Palace of the Dead. But I've done every other blue quest that's unlocked that isn't Shadowbringers content. Anyway, that's gonna be all for today. I think on Saturday is the next stream, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the second. What's the second one called here? Let's see. What's it called? It's called Eden's Verse. I'll go ahead and do those next time. Let's see, that was released with what patch? 5.2. Okay. Anyway, that's gonna be all for today. Hope everyone had a good time. And I'll see you next Saturday at 3 p.m. like usual. See you then.